Hello Capricorns, this is your 2021 reading for the following year. This is your card from my zodiac deck. And we are just going to go over basically what will be happening for the following next year. And Capricorns, this could be for your rising, sun, or moon, whatever you choose. And I will be pulling one card for each situation coming up in this next year. May it be career, love, family, and then a couple cards by the months kind of thing. And so please remember, this is a general reading. Please take whatever resonates with you. We're going to pull some tarot cards first, and then I do have one oracle card for what you should probably focus on. So Capricorns, let's get started. I'm going to pull a card for 2020. Now I know we're trying to move on from 2020 and moving on to the following year, but I do believe that you need to kind of remember your past so you don't repeat it. So I just kind of want to see how 2020 was for you guys. Alrighty, Capricorns, you got the Ace of Swords to represent your 2020. It's a lot of change. I feel like Capricorns, so far from I'm finishing up the earth signs, and I still have to film for the other signs, but so far what I'm getting from all the readings that I've done so far, Capricorns, you probably handled 2020 probably the best out of everyone I've done so far. You adapted very quickly, you changed very quickly. Things were stressful at first, I can tell. Mostly I'm just going by the feather that's tied around the sword. One part, or one feather, is kind of frayed. I kind of take this as a feather. That one's a feather. I think it's more of like a plant, but I'm taking it as a feather. This part is more frayed and not as full as this one, so I'm taking it as the beginning of the year. You definitely had your challenges. It was kind of stressful. It's 2020. But you kind of learn to adapt and kind of roll with the punches from the beginning of the year until now. You know, I'm kind of going to say this year is probably a lot more calmer for most of you compared to the other zodiac signs that I'm getting. And I think you just kind of like, at first your emotions did rule you for a bit, but then you kind of took over, and then you were like, this is 2020. Might as well just go with it. Like, you just kind of accepted that 2020 was just not going to be anyone's year, and you embraced it. So let me move on to this following year, so 2021. Let's start with your career. Do a look. Alright. We got career. We pull for... We pull for financials. Alrighty, so for career and financial, we got Knight of Cups and the Hierophant. Okay. So for the Knight of Cups for your career, I'm taking that as a very good omen. A lot of moving up, more, and I'm guessing like a lot more leeway is going to be happening, creating your own abundance. Because what I can tell from the river is just this, you're just going to be creating more abundance for yourself. And I feel like with your job, they're going to ask you to like let all your creative juices out, let you be more open-minded, and let you definitely express your creativity side. And I'm getting some of you want to start creating something online, like an online business. For some reason I'm getting candles. I don't know why. Like a candle business, or start making YouTube videos. I'm getting a lot of more creative endeavor and really seeking that financial freedom. There we go. So Knight of Cups is just a very good omen in general for any career or money reading. And I think for some of you might be getting a promotion with your job. And then with the Hierophant tying in, so the Hierophant I normally take as a more conservative and then asking for help. So I think some of you guys who do want to start your own business, for some reason I'm getting candle business or YouTube videos. Normally I recommend seeking a advisor. I can see you guys seeking an advisor to help you create, you know, your river of abundance. Maybe a financial advisor, being more conservative with your money so you have enough money to jumpstart your business, jumpstart what you want. A lot of starting businesses this year for a lot of people. But I think in general, some of you guys just need to take the time and maybe getting a financial advisor. You know, this past year hit hard for a lot of people financially wise. And, you know, it doesn't help. It doesn't hurt. There we go. It doesn't hurt to ask for help or even budget. I recommend even like using YouTube videos for budgeting. There's some great ones on how to cut your spending on your groceries, how to cut money with clothes shopping. Really just researching how you can cut corners and how you can budget so you can start saving more. And keep getting like this, someone saying like you need to save for at least 3 months for ahead of time kind of thing. Maybe you have a parent or someone who's like been telling you like you need to at least have 3 months worth of money. And so I'm definitely hearing them through this card. So a lot of financial help, but being conservative with your money will definitely help you the long run. Let's move on to love and family. So many cards are flying today. Okay. So, we got the Seven of Wands and the Five of Cups for love and family. Seven of Wands. Five of Cups. Okay, let's see. So, for my people who are single, my Capricorns, I'm getting this feeling of that you're gonna, you're not trusting yourself. You're not opening yourself up. You kind of are lately, maybe the past year or even a couple of years, or even since your past relationship, you have been treating any relationships as a battle, and you do not want to lose, and you're kind of blocking yourself from everybody. And I kind of take this as a you don't trust yourself, you don't trust other people. I'm getting like this mindset of, well, if I tell them no and I turn them down first, then they don't have the opportunity to turn me down, if that makes any sense. A lot of just like protecting yourself, or what I'm thinking of, there's this, why am I blanking on her name? There's a girl on Instagram that I follow. I think she lives in Florida. Something Rose. She has like this beautiful tattoo on her arm, and part of it is a rosary. I want to say something Rose, but she has red hair. But she was doing some videos on like how signs act, and some of them were involving like punching each other and then saying something like "do it again" kind of thing for Scorpios. But for Capricorns, she did the Capricorn I think hit first, and they were like, "What is your problem?" And they're like, "I'm not the one." They're like, "What do you mean?" You're like, "I'm not the one," and then they just walk away. I'm kind of taking that as like, any person that tries coming near you, you're kind of like, "Yeah, I don't think I'm right for you," or "You don't want me," and then you just walk away, which I think ends up like mentally like mind bombing the other person, because they're like, what do you mean? I don't know you, so how would you know what if you're not good for me? Like maybe you are and you don't know it, and it's it's kind of like that kind of thing. So for my single people, I think you need to stop avoiding people. You need to start trusting yourself, and don't right off the bat assume things aren't going to work out and just end it. Be a little more open. And then with my people who are in relationships, with the Seven of Wands, some of you guys, your relationship may be ending this year, or I feel like you guys are getting tired of your relationship. You're just getting worn out, or there's not a lot of compromising happening in this relationship lately, and you're getting kind of tired of the not compromising and stuff like that. And so I feel like your relationship may come to an end. But if you don't want to come to an end, this is a warning of like you're going to have to fight for it to make sure it doesn't end, kind of thing. Which kind of can ties in with the Five of Cups for friends and family. What I'm getting for the Five of Cups with friends and family is there's some kind of fracture. And this goes for your romantic relationship too. There's a fracture in the dynamic. There's a fracture in the group. And you need to heal it. You need to address it head on. Otherwise, you need to fight for it. Otherwise, it's just not going to work out. And then with friends and family, what I think is happening with 2020, moving into 2021, you're realizing, because in this cup, or sorry, in this card, they're looking down at the spilled cups, but it looks like they've been spilt for a while, like they've been on the ground for a while. And I'm taking this with your friends and family, like as this card's supposed to represent friends and family, is that I think some of the people in your life are toxic. Yeah, I think you're realizing that some people in your friend group or in your family are pretty toxic, and you need to let them go. And you've known for a while and how they act, and I feel like you're gonna have to make a choice between certain people and like letting go certain people and be like, or what I'm getting is there's a situation, but I don't know why this is popping up, but I'm saying that maybe you made new friends this past year and your old friend group is like, I don't really like these new people you're hanging out with. And you're just going like, yeah, that was fine, it's fine, they're great. And then slowly but surely you're realizing, I think either this upcoming year, maybe you made friends with them this past year, and this upcoming year, you're going to start realizing like, no, they're pretty toxic. And I think you realized it, but you didn't want to say it out loud that they're pretty toxic and you need to let them go. So I think you're going to have to make a choice between those friend groups, the new one and the old one. The old ones is healthier for you, better for you, and the new one, the new friends, the new friend group is just, it's like, they're not the greatest. And I think you're still kind of dwelling on that. You're like, but maybe you're kind of cool, but they got issues. So I think you need to make a choice with your friend group. And even family. And I think that goes along with the Seven of Wands for your relationship. Like, you've been looking at all the issues. There's a couple of good things, but you're looking at there's more issues than good. So you're like, do we really got to fight for this relationship? Is it really worth it? Probably not. All right, let's move on to the beginning of the year. So I'm pulling two cards and breaking the year by 4 months. So these next two cards are going to represent January through April. Okay, we got why am I blanking out? Wow, okay, that was a moment. Okay, we got the Nine of Wands and the Nine of Swords. 9, 9. Okay, double 9. 99. Okay, so you're still kind of tired and stressed from 2020. You get it? You did handle it better. You're still moving, you're still fighting, you're still continuing on from 2020. But I think you're stressed out and you know you keep pushing for it. But I feel like that a lot of the issues, because maybe some of what I'm getting is some of you guys, the stress that was the beginning of last year, or discern stresses that happened from the past year, you kind of push them aside, didn't really deal with them. You just kind of watched them. And I think you're losing sleep because of it now. It's starting to gain momentum onto you. It's starting to build up, and now it's starting to become too much, an overwhelming amount of stress. And I'm getting this mindset of like, no, we just got to keep on pushing. It's kind of like, I'm kind of picturing a car that's on fire but still driving. Like you're still driving the car while it's on fire. Yes, you should probably stop. You should probably take care of it, and you're losing sleep because of it. But then you're like, no, let's keep going. Like you're injured, but you're still going. And so I'm getting from the beginning of the year, everything from last year that you kind of like hid or pushed back is going to start coming back, and all that stress is finally going to finally bring you down a bit. But I'm getting that you're going to heal from it, and that you are going to get better, and you're going to figure out your situation with your friend group. You may be losing sleep over your relationship, that you're just tired of your current relationship with a significant other, and you want to create your own abundance. You want to create a good space for yourself, and you want to be stable, but figuring out how to be stable is kind of hard. But I think you need to take, in the beginning of the year, definitely take some time and communicate with others what you want. I know you guys don't like talking about your feelings, Capricorn, but I think you need to start communicating with others. If you want to fight for your relationship, you have to communicate with what your wants and needs with your family and friends. You're going to have to communicate with where you stand and why you're making this choice and everything. And, asking for advice, that can go through the Hierophant, asking for advice in your situation. It doesn't have to be financial, but I think, with the Hierophant attached to the Nine of Swords, it can just be like getting advice in general. There's nothing wrong with going to see a therapist and seeing how to help yourself and help heal, because you guys are definitely losing sleep over this situation, and that is not healthy. Let's move on to the middle of the year, because I want to see what else is happening. We got the Ace of Wands and the Page of Swords. Okay, more sword action. A little bit of fire. Okay. So I think once you do get help and you figure out and your decision, and you figure out your situation and what choices you're going to make. With the Page of Swords, what I'm getting is you just kind of get this freedom that, and you just kind of stop caring fully. You're just like, we're going to get straight to the point. Being very blunt with people, tell them no. And I feel like you're going to start trying to create your own endeavor. Remember, the Knight of Wands, good omen. But I'm also getting that you are trying to create something new, especially with the Knight of Cups. You're being more creative. I don't know why I'm getting candle business, but something with candles for some of you. You want to create something new. You have this newfound passion, and you're just kind of going straight for it. You're going to be blunt with people. You're like, this is what I want. This is what I want to do. And with the Page of Swords, I'm getting like some people are going to like try putting like self-doubt into your head and be like, this is not really a good idea. You remember 2020, you already got financial issues, but you're like, I got an advisor. I got the passion behind it. I got the creativity. and you can just gonna straight up tell them no. Still don't know why I'm getting candles. Something with candles this year. Everyone's addicted to candles. So for the end of the year, we got the Ace of Cups and the Star. See, okay. This whatever business venture, may it be candles, it can be candy, whatever, it's going to work out. Because the Star, extremely good omen. It means hope. It just means heal, love, new relationships, abundance, contentment. You're just going to be happy. The cups that were spilled over and are now empty. This is overflowing with water now. You're pouring water. You have created your abundance. We're connected to the river. You wanted to create your abundance. You did. I want to say, it really takes off. Whatever creative endeavor, venture you start trying to, business venture you try creating, or even just with your workplace, you take these steps, you get rid of the toxic people in your life, you figure out what you want to fight for, what you don't want to fight for, you get advisors, you get help, you get mentors, you are healing from pain, you have the passion. By the end of the year, it just kind of all comes together and all is all tied together. And just overall, it's just simply beautiful. Let's see, your biggest obstacle this year is the 10 of Wands. As your biggest obstacle this year, you're overworking yourself. You're gonna take on a lot. That's your biggest obstacle. Is you're definitely taking on a lot, Capricorn, this year. You want to achieve a lot, and I think you will. But remember not to burn yourself out. Don't associate yourself with the toxic people. Remember to rest, remember to relax, remember to let yourself heal. Everything will come together in the end, but slow and steady wins the race. You have the passion for it, you have the ideas, but you can't, sometimes you can't do it on your own, because he's carrying all 10 sticks by himself up this hill, to the village, and that's a lot to do by yourself. It's okay to ask for help, and to help you fight that. You have the Chariot, which means in this kind of situation, as I'm taking it, as self-love, self-care, you have the decision to create what you want, and you are writing in, and I'm taking as the background of endless possibilities that you've created in the past, and you're just riding this wave, Capricorn. Your obstacle is yourself. You are your worst enemy in this situation, but you know what you need to do to take care of yourself. And with the final card, which is going to represent 2021 for you, Capricorn, in general, it's 2021 started as a mess. We got that. You're figuring things out. You're fighting with people. You're trying to figure out what you need to fight for. And 2020 was a mess, and representing with this card, things don't go as planned. And I'm kind of taking that life is like this mountain, okay? And with this specific mountain, from what I can tell, there's not really a path, so you can't go back. Life is like that. You can't go backwards in time and in life. You can only keep going forward and making sure that you prepare, because not preparing is preparing to fail. This person, he, she, they have a cloak, they have their shoes, they're making it up the mountain. They have this wish, again with the river. See, you're creating a lot as you go through life, and you're trying to create all this wealth and abundance and happiness for yourself. And it is possible if you prepare with the right tools, maybe the right people, and learning from your past is always the greatest lesson that you can have. So for 2021, you're really going to realize, life, even more so, life doesn't go as planned, and that's okay. But this year, you are prepared and ready to take on anything. So Capricorn, 2021 is looking pretty good for you guys. Let me go into your oracle card. So I use these Buddha cards, or Buddhism reading cards, once a month, once a week, and it just kind of tells you what you need to work on, what you should practice. So this is your Buddha. And what you need to practice or really absorb this upcoming year is truthfulness. 28, which equals 10, which matches your number on this card for Capricorn. So, like a lovely flower, bright, let's see if we can, there we go. Bright and fragrant are the fine and truthful words of the man who says what he means, speaking and acting skillfully in accordance with your own true values, and in doing so showing people who you really are, without exaggeration or trying to impress to be something you're not. It is the ultimate form of truthfulness. Look deep within yourself and investigate what truth is for you. Let me read from the booklet, because they kind of go more in depth, but they also tell you like what you should work on, what your reflection should be, actions. 28. Truthfulness means you show people who you really are without exaggeration or need to impress or try to be something you are not. In this practice, you are required to look deep within yourself and investigate truth is for you. Truth is often hidden behind your own opinions of things, of people, and the world. When you drop the opinions, truth reveals itself. Speaking, acting skillfully in accordance to your own true values is the ultimate form of truthfulness. By practicing this perfection of truthfulness, your heart has the highest intention to preserve human integrity, dignity. Truth ultimately sets you free to live in accordance with the highest human values possible. So your reflection for this year are you true to yourself? Consider why or why not. And your action should be write a list of things that you have the power to change and act in order to live an authentic life. So Capricorn, a lot is going to be happening for you. A lot of inwards things are going to be happening and figuring out what you truly want. This is definitely going to be a year of figuring out what you want and what makes you happy and how you want to achieve that. So Capricorn, may this have been for your rising sun or moon. I hope this helped. If you want to check out the other readings for the other placements, I recommend doing that so you get a more cohesive reading. And I will see you guys soon.